We've got our guest on the line. That's Leigh Hobbs, the author of Horrible Harriet. Now a stage show. It's down at Frankston, coming up, just in a couple of weeks' time now for the kids. The 26th of September, 11:30, and again at 2 in the afternoon. Lee's on the line right now. Leigh, nice to have you on the program with us today.
Leigh, hello.
You doing well?
I am doing well, considering I've just not so long ago arrived from Parkes in New South Wales.
Wow, what were you doing up in Parkes?
Well, since I've been the Children's Laureate 18 months ago, I've been in a different state or state, city or country every week for 18 months. So half the time I don't know where I am.
You'd be exhausted.
I am. I have to keep fit. That's it. So I've had my flu shots.
I was going to say, how do you keep fit to the flu shots? Yeah.
Well,
Leigh, there's so much down here at the moment. We've got the coughs and the colds, the flus, everything's going around.
Well, I've had my bout with the flu, I hope. Fingers crossed, so
Good.
I'm up and ready again.
Leigh, tell me, where does the inspiration come from with all of these books you've written for the kids and that over the years, and your drawings too? They're just marvellous. Where does it come from?
Look, old Tom, I was spinning around in my head for years before he got published. That's the one-eyed orange cat that I never mention as a cat in the book.
I noticed that, yeah.
Well, that's about a mother and a son, really. Mr. Chicken, to tell you the truth, Leigh, I don't know where he came from, but I've not long been back from Ireland, and they love him there, so that was sort of odd in a way. Yeah, they just sort of grow in my head and pop out onto the page. So, and it's lovely because kids seem to like them.
No matter when they're written, they're still there, aren't they? You said old Tom, 1994, I think that was, wasn't it, going back?
That's right. That's my first book, Leigh, and that's how long ago it came out.
You did a series of those, Tom at the Beach, and then at Mars, I think, and Tom's Guide to Being Good,
Old
too.
Tom's Guide to Being
Yes.
Good. Yes, they're all in the big book of Old Tom now. So
Yeah.
they've, in fact, just yesterday when I got home, there was a letter from a little kid who loves old Tom. He's all but obsessed, and I taught his mother up at Sale Tech. So,
Oh, go on.
yeah, so it's funny.
Because you're a Bairnsdale boy, weren't you? Up
Yes,
Bairnsdale?
born in Williamstown in Melbourne,
Yes.
and grew up in Bairnsdale because Dad was a teacher and he got sent up there.
Mm-hmm.
And I've lived and worked in Sydney and London, but my first school as a teacher was at Sale Tech, so it was funny going back to that area. It was lovely, actually. In a way.
And what do they say to you? Here he is, the man who's made it.
What do you mean, made it?
Well, made it in being an author, a writer, a creator.
Well, look, I only had two ambitions, Leigh.
Did
One
you?
was to be an artist when I grew up because I always loved drawing.
Mm-hmm.
The other one was to go to England. So, look, I'm very happy now that I can spend my days drawing when I'm not flying around as the laureate. So I've got no complaints.
Now, you got another book on the way?
When I get time, yes, there's another Mr. Chicken book happening, and I'm tempted to have Horrible Harriet poke her nose in on that one. It's going to be Mr. Chicken all over Australia.
Yes.
So he's coming here.
Oh, that'd be great. Now, talking about Horrible Harriet, tell us about the story, how this one came about, because it's on stage a couple of weeks' time down at Frankston.
That's right. Well, I've written 3 Horrible Harriet books, and that character really is an amalgam of a number of girls that I taught when I was a teacher at Preston Tech, I suspect.
Right.
And I'd made up old Tom, and I thought, well, I don't want to be known as the bloke that just created one character. So Horrible Harriet, I just left teaching, and so she's an amalgam of a number of girls I used to teach. She is.
No names mentioned.
No
They've all been
names.
changed.
Oh, I could tell you the names, but they may be listening in. I won't.
They might sue us.
They might.
So that's where the inspiration comes from. You draw these things out of your teaching career.
No, not all of them, but I think look, teaching, I'm grateful now because it provided me with survival skills,
Yes.
which means that I can stand up at a literary festival in Hay in Wales, where I was 6 weeks ago, or down at Frankston and yarn to kids or adults in a relaxed type way, so long as I'm talking about things I know about. But teaching was a big plus for me, in fact, in spite of being at a couple of really rough schools.
It's all part of our learning experience, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It really is.
It is.
How do you feel about some of your books going to stage?
Look, I'm thrilled to bits, and they've made a terrific job with this. It's very funny. I was at the, what do they call the preparation, where they do the practice.
Right.
That word. 18 months ago, and it was hilarious. And went and saw it at the Sydney Opera House, and the kids loved it. It's very funny, and it's very interesting seeing your work and your characters come alive on stage. And Mr. Chicken is on board as well, which is good.
It must be so rewarding for you.
It's lovely, Lee. It is rewarding, and I'm very pleased with what they've done. And I hope kids love it.
Well, Horrible Harriet is there at the Frankston Arts Centre Tuesday the 26th, just a couple of weeks away from now, 11:30, and again at 2 in the afternoon. It's 55 minutes, there's no interval, and it's very, very reasonably priced, $22 and $25 the tickets. Good to talk to you, Lee. I thank you for your time there today, just popped in and from Parks.
My pleasure, Lee.
Very busy man, but I just want to touch base with that and let our audience know it's on its way down to Frankston.
Terrific.
You
Thanks
take care,
very
pal.
much.
Thank you.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye to you. Leigh Hobbs there, the